So, I hope you guys enjoyed the last video and you learned a lot about the SMC and SMT traders. And especially since I gave you a good homework to do with a lot of markups, this will practice you a lot. Like I said, what I gave you is a minimum. If you want to do more, then it's better because the more you do, the better you will become. We will talk about the final retail trader um, strategy in this little series video about the retail strategies. Then we'll start talking about other stuff. All right. I personally don't use these ones. All right. Remember when I told you that I will teach you what I learned, and also I will resume what works. And personally, I don't look at any patterns trader, tool trader, or candlestick traders. I don't look at them, and I suggest you not looking at them also. The only one that is relevant would be the double tops, uh, either equal highs or double bottom equal lows, right? So they look for specific patterns in the market in terms of price formation. They focus on individual candles like doji, shooting star, reverse hammer, blah blah blah, all these good stuff here. These patterns can include head and shoulder, double top, or double bottom. They are induced to trade the patterns and they use tools such as FIB, EMAs, and stuff like that. So traders rely on one individual candle, either on the H1, H4, to play the whole move for the whole trade idea. I personally don't care about how a candle closes when I want to enter. I don't care if the candle is closed or open. I don't care. When price hits a zone, I enter. But these traders think differently. Like having a shooting star like this proves that the price will potentially reverse, right? Or hammer or reverse hammer, call it whatever you want. I put reverse hammers and potentially it's not even it doesn't even exist. So you already know what this is. Personally, I don't look at this as liquidity. This is irrelevant. All right. A double bottom and double tops basically is what I taught you on the previous video about equal highs and equal lows. And the neckline basically is where they enter. So this is relevant from the first video we had about breakout traders. This would be what I would focus on. I personally don't use this, and I don't know no one that uses it also. But it's still liquidity. But double tops and double bottom should be the only focus if you have like equal highs or equal lows. One, two, and minimum three touches. All right. Tool traders like Fibonacci and stuff like that. Basically, the Fibonacci retracement tool is a psychological zone that traders uses to reverse a trade or retrace a trade. I think it's completely stupid. It's irrelevant. It doesn't exist. This is a mental product that has been created to induce them to enter all at the same time. Because this is today's chart, and you can see the price retrace it, created equal lows. This got induced, and then it went down. It's stupid, and I don't look at this as liquidity. Okay, it's really important. So, since we discussed about all of the retail trader strategies, let's give you more examples about everything we learned so far. So this is today's chart. I took buys here and you'll see why. Okay, perfect. So let's start from the left. Price creates a new high here. We have a POI with imbalance here. We have breakouts entering here. Let me just put this a little bit bigger here so you can see it. Breakouts, and we have SMC traders. All right. Now we have equal highs. So equal highs. Now it seems like we have a little trend line being formed. Okay, let's do it like this. Trend line, trend line. We also have breakout traders here. Sometimes when I do this is like, I do this upside down. It doesn't really matter. It's just so you understand the whole purpose of this. A break and retest here. Okay. Perfect. Equal highs again. Okay. We could put maybe just to get fancy some equal lows here, but to be honest, it's just so you understand that it's so fractal that you can go as fractal as you want. Okay, perfect. Now, same thing here. We have breakouts entering here. Okay, we have also breakouts entering here, right? Perfect. Okay, now, are we missing something? Potentially break and retest here. Okay. As you see, I'm doing this live with you, so of course it takes a little bit more time. Um, can we argue that there's some SMC traders entering here? Yes, I agree. So SMC traders. Here we have a clear SMT, right? I prefer this font, SMT. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, I think we're good now. Let me just double check if I didn't forget nothing. I'm pretty tired, so potentially I missed something. Okay, let's go and let's talk about stop losses. Okay, stop loss here. Stop loss here. Stop loss here. Stop loss here for equal highs. Stop loss here. But we also have 1, 2. So there's a second touch of the trend line here. So there's a stop loss here. Here there's the SMC, but there's also another stop loss for the trend lines. Now we have another stop loss for the trend line, and we have also break and retest traders here. Okay. Same thing here. Same thing here. We have stop loss here for the retail traders entering. We also have another stop loss because of the, let me just see if it fits, because of the breakout traders entering here, right? So this is a leg that led to new low. So let me just put it here so it's easier for you to understand. And we can see that here we have breakout. All right. So this seems about right. So now let's go on to M1 and let's mark up my buy trade. It was something like this. Let's look to the left. This was my target. I'm not going to talk about target. I'm just going to give you a visual representation of my trade. All right. Let's go and explain the reasons and also why I entered that trade. Okay, perfect. So I thought about it, and how I will explain it is I will move the stop losses location where the traders are trailing their stop losses and where the break evens are. All right, perfect. If I confuse you, come in the chat and ask me a question. All right, let's go. So we have these guys. Let me just get my little pen here. We have these guys here. Their stop loss is here because this is a leg that led to the new high, right? Once price moves higher here, they move themselves to break even. You agree? So, oops, sorry. No, that's not good. Here we go. Sorry. Here we go. So if they move themselves to break even, this is their stop loss. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how I will be able to do it without confusing and making a whole mess on the charts. Let's try and figure it out together. Okay, now we have SMC traders entering here. When price makes a new high, they move themselves to break even, right? Perfect. So imagine price is making a new high here. Same thing as trendline traders. Now trendline traders, they move their stop loss to trailing stop loss. Here, these guys are automatically induced. So these guys are out. These guys are automatically induced. These guys are out. Now, if these guys move themselves to break even when it made a new high, they're also out. So now SMC traders are here. So I hope it's not confusing you too much. So now these guys, let me draw it like this. These guys are out. These guys are out. These guys are out. You confirm. These guys are still in. You confirm? Perfect. Now, let's continue. Here, SMC traders enter. Price moves higher. So they move themselves to break even. This is their break even zone. Okay? Same thing when price bounces off the trend line. These guys move themselves to break even here, to a trailing stop loss. Breakout traders entering move themselves to break even when price makes a new high, and they're automatically eliminated. Okay? Does that make sense? Perfect. Now, breakout traders here, putting a stop loss here, they made a new high and automatically induce, they're gone. So now let's go and continue marking up. These guys are gone. And break and retest traders are gone also. These guys are gone. Equal highs are pretty obvious. Gone also. Perfect. So this is the remaining liquidity. Now, this is where it gets tricky. We have break and retest traders here. Okay, they entered here. We have that trend line, and we have the SMC, and we have the trailing trend line. Now, when price makes a new high, I know it seems a little bit pulled by hair. When price makes a new high, some of them will move, oops, will move their stop loss into trailing stop loss. Does that make sense? Yes, perfect. Now, let's imagine there's still liquidity here. Okay, look how price perfectly touches this line, and this becomes equal lows. Okay. So now these guys, when price makes a new high, also move their stop loss to trailing stop loss to the next structural point. The also imagine the breakout traders, they entered here. You agree? And imagine if there's some liquidity here, it's okay. We have equal lows. If there's not liquidity here, we don't have access to the order books. The big boys have access to all of the stop loss. They see everything. When a break and retest trader enters, he enters to the retest of that line, right? Retest of that line. Can you see it? This is where they entered, here. Look how perfectly price has been hit. So for me, when I was doing my analysis, these guys are out. So let's continue. These guys are out. I'll remove the equal lows because I think it's a bad example. I think you should even do slower, but let's just see it like this. So now we can even do the channel like I love doing it. I love doing channels like this, something like that, whatever. Okay, and this needs to be, and this is where you see my level of mastery. I'm able to analyze everything pretty quickly. Like these guys are the remaining liquidity, but let's say they would probably trail their stop loss also. Okay, but let's say there's still liquidity here. It's okay. Everyone has been out. Okay, uh, except these boys. You need to be able to analyze this so quick to know that all of the remaining liquidity is here. So basically, stop loss hit, stop loss hit, stop loss hit. Now, even I think these guys were still in, but let's say they enter here, they moved on to break even, they trailed their stop loss, whatever. Even if these guys are still here, SMC traders don't hold swings. They will do 125s, 126, whatever. So let's say that these guys are still in. We don't care. It doesn't matter. The most relevant liquidity has been removed, right? Now, price induced low creates a false breakout structure. I don't want you to focus on this because we will come back to it. So let's put FVOS with stars. Don't focus on this. Price induces low, and your good friend Rod takes the buy here to the next relevant liquidity point to the left. This one here, these equal highs, was my partial, but you can see. Let's now continue and focus on how they induced. Look at all the time where traders enter. Look at their engulfing candles. Engulfing, right? Engulfing, 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 also here, also here, also here, also here. So I repeat, an inducement is either enticing people to enter or taking people out. I'm 100% sure that right now, when you're looking at this, you didn't thought that liquidity would work like that. So even these guys here are out, and these guys are out. So the remaining liquidity is here, and will potentially be hit tomorrow because now the price is live. This is a live market. All right, and this is why I took some shorts here until, right, if these guys move themselves to break even, look how it's hit. I just want you to realize that this level of skill that I have seems pretty easy, but it's something that I have been practicing thousands and thousands of hours. I'm telling you, doing this exercise live when you jump in the market in the morning will help you so much improving.